Oh, we're filming us. Here, turn the camera.
No.
There we go.
Nobody wants to see us and can't really see us in the dark anyway. Well, welcome.
Nobody's here yet.
No, it's just us talking. This is for us anyway.
I love it.
Okay, so. It was a stellar day.
It was a very full day.
I had fun. Did you?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
I had a great time.
This view is just to die for.
Yeah.
I don't want to forget this.
Now that we've stayed here, I do want to see other videos to see like what a suite looks like.
Oh, you never watched anybody else's videos?
No,
I never
I was
did
pretty
either.
selective. I want to see these How to Train Your Dragon suites. I just want to see footage of all of that and from different floors. The second floor might be an interesting view.
Or third, yeah.
Yeah.
I read somebody in so if anything, all I did was read people's stuff. I didn't look at anybody's videos. I didn't so I did read some people's advice, right? Or complaints or their, nitty picks or whatever.
Right.
So there were a handful of people that said that they had stayed in like 3 or 4 different types of rooms already here, and I was like, holy hell, that's awesome. The overwhelming commonality was that everybody liked 4th and 5th floor rooms, which
Really?
we're on a 5th floor.
That's awesome. So like when we asked the chick, what's her name? Nicole. We asked Nicole.
The chick.
The chick. I know. Sorry, it's been a long day.
She was so lovely.
It's funny. You can see the lightning flash at Darkmoor still.
Oh yeah.
Up at the portal. Yeah, it'd be nice to see more of that.
I wish we could.
Do you think there's people left in the park right now? Like there's somebody walking. Are they an employee? What's going on?
These people
these
walking
people are
up our
straggling up.
like.
So I watched a YouTube video recently, and it was these like 4 guys from like Vietnam or something, or they said they were in Vietnam, and they're trying to spend 24 hours in Universal Studios Florida. So they're trying to like hide in the park. They didn't make it like 2 hours in. Like the park was closed.
They got swept.
They got swept by everybody. They were trying to like sleep in the bathroom.
That's weird.
2 of them were pretending to be like production workers, and like they were filming something, and like the just security saw right through it. And
because
they got you. Well, like a dumb goal. Like
that's like shit you don't do. That'll get you banned for life.
Yeah. So I don't think they were trespassed. It didn't come to that, but we had one person and they left. It didn't come to that. Yeah.
Somebody joined us. Hi.
You should open your phone in case somebody leaves a comment or a question.
Okay. Anyway, so when we checked in, Nicole told us.
Oh, they left.
Anyways, Nicole got us a stellar room. We asked her to put us in a room that she would want to stay in.
Yeah.
And
I think another good technique is to like ask the front desk person, assuming you love your mother, what room would you put your own mother in?
Is that what he said?
No, but that's a good tactic. I hate my mother.
Aww.
I don't. I love mom.
No, what I'm saying is, if anybody ever said that, like, I hate my mom, like, oh, that's terrible.
Right.
Yeah.
You think this camera is capturing? Like,
I mean, it is
the
beautiful.
grandeur.
I mean, if you have a big TV, oh no.
You know what's nice about this view is, I see what she means. Like, if you were on a higher floor, like right now, this view keeps the park pretty contained, with the exception of that big resort out there, which I don't mind looking at it. But like, at night, because this park is so bright, if you're on a higher floor, like the light pollution from like outside the park, I can see how that would be an intrusion. So I think being on a lower floor, like this one, like 5, you just, you only see the lights from within the park, with the exception of, 1 building, 2 buildings.
Yeah. What were we talking about before that I thought was really interesting? Oh, okay, so, like, let's do that. Like, if you were gonna build more lands, and how many more lands do you think this place needs? And
2.
It needs 2 more lands?
Or significant expansions.
Oh, no. So this is what I think. Here's my read. We should have gotten 3 rides per world.
Yes.
And Isle of Berk is the only one that got close to it, right? Well, I mean, I know Dark Universe has 2, but, like, Curse of the Werewolf was kind of...
Not Dark Universe. Isle of Berk has the most overall thing. Think about it. Like, they've got...
Oh, no, they do have 3.
They've effectively got 3
They do
rides.
have 3. They have the boat, they have the thing that's like Dumbo, and they have the coaster.
That's right.
So they do technically have 3.
Then
Isle of
they
Berk
have
is good.
one of the 2 major shows.
And they have the Toothless meet and greet.
Right, which is like a quasi-attraction.
Which is amazing, yeah.
That's bananas.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a lot. And then, whereas Darkmoor only has the Werewolf roller coaster and...
Monsters Unchained.
Monsters Unchained, and that's it.
Yeah.
So I think they need to expand Monsters Unchained. And maybe, I don't know.
What kind of... So I read somebody say, and I don't remember where I saw it, but I liked it. They mentioned doing a Creature from the Black Lagoon, like, log ride. That'd be kind of cool. Wouldn't that be fun? I think I would ride that.
Do like a log? No, I would not make it a log ride.
Oh, I would love it. I mean, come on, it's water.
I know. I think a boat ride would be great.
I mean, sure, but like, okay, I think a log ride, a flume ride. Would be
I would
awesome.
go. Don't get me wrong. I'd go.
I want him like coming out at me like as I'm about to drop, you know, a la Jurassic Park style, or whatever. So I do think that we need. To be fair, Super Nintendo Land World. Jeez Louise.
You stop saying land.
It's Worlds. Super Mario World it does have 3 technically. 2 as well is what I mean.
Yeah.
Because they have Mario Kart, Yoshi's, and Minecart. So they did. It's like they started at the front of the park, and then as they went, they were like, "Oh crap!"
Right.
Because Wizarding World only has the 1. What? Like, shouldn't we have at least 2 there?
Yeah, but that one attraction is hands down.
Oh yeah, it's amazing, but still. And then Dark Universe with the 2. Okay, so they need to do 3 actual rides per world for
maybe one more expansion. I don't want to like rule out. Yeah, I mean they could just expand on what they already have. Like,
no,
I think Zelda would be pretty good, and I think sure.
Would you make Zelda part of Super Mario World, or would it be its
Nintendo
own?
World?
It's not Nintendo World. It's
Is
it's Super Nintendo World.
It's Super
yes,
Nintendo World,
it's
yeah.
not Super Mario World.
So yeah, I would put
fair.
I would put Zelda over there.
Yeah, okay, but within it wouldn't be its own portal.
Like, within it, it'd be like Donkey Kong. Yeah.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean it can be a significant expansion.
Mm-hmm. But then if we're going that route, does Zelda need to have 3 attractions for that?
You know what you could do?
What?
You could shut down. This would benefit Universal Studios too. You could shut down the Mummy at Universal Studios, or keep it, whatever. But you could shut it down and make room for a new attraction there, and then do a Mummy expansion in Darkmoor. I don't know if that would work going from like Darkmoor to Egypt, but you could build like some sort of pyramid thing with some crazy indoor roller coaster. But I don't know if that would like the forest of Frankenstein's castle would match the mummies.
Maybe we need to revisit like the Universal Monsters Mummy World instead of it being like the more recent ones. Not be like the more recent ones. Like, do you know? Is the Mummy like a really old 1910s or 20s or 30s?
It's like one of the original monsters.
So was it in Egypt the same way that like the newer, like in the last
That's a good question.
30,
No, I think they
40
bring
year
him
ones?
to like London, and he
Okay, so so do that mummy, not the Egypt mummy then.
and then tell a story where like he's breaking out of a museum or some shit.
Or something, yeah, because like, spoiler alert, the mummy is in Monsters Unchained, so
Oh really?
there's there's a bunch of monsters, and
Okay. Well, they're monsters and they're insane.
so, and they're unchained.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't hate that idea, but then it just doesn't have to be Egypt. It could just be based because that lands or oh my gosh, that world is based on Universal Monsters IP, like old, not necessarily, the last 30 or 40 years, not like the Brendan Fraser, the Mummy,
Right.
which, like we've already said, is represented in Universal Orlando. So.
I don't see them expanding Heidelberg at all.
I don't think they need to. I think
They don't. I mean,
I think
it's
that's a near perfect world.
yeah, and it's already got more things than every other land. People keep dropping in and then taking off. Like, just give us a minute. Ask a question.
I also think so let's say that every world gets its max of 3 attractions. What other portals do you?
So to
would
like do a completely new world, I would do a portal for Universal Classics. I think I mentioned this a while ago. Like, and I would make it a combination of like the old school stuff. Like I would put some new version of Jaws in there. I'd do something with E.T. I'd do something
did
with
we
back,
say
back,
something about,
back
like,
to the Future.
decades like 80s?
Yeah, like a portal to the 80s, like Spielberg's 80s, and make it like an ode to Steven Spielberg.
Yeah, I think that'd be really cool. That'd be amazing, honestly. And I think the nostalgia would hit.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's clear that like some of this
put a Poltergeist
is
attraction in.
it's clear that the nostalgia is hitting when we look at Super Nintendo World. So
Yeah.
I like that. I know I've read people speculating, or I don't know if it's speculation or if it's just like sheer hope to get maybe a Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, who owns that?
Portal?
That's Warner Brothers, and they already have it. They've done Harry Potter, so maybe they would be open to doing it. Yeah, I don't know, Lord.
I mean, would you like a Lord of the Rings like portal or like world?
I would. I don't know that people are asking for it. Though. I mean, you already have the.
Well, I mean, did anybody ask for Pandora?
You already have dragons. Well,
I'm sorry if we got Pandora and we're getting out. It's now going to the West Coast.
Look, like it or not, those are some of the biggest movies ever made in terms of box office.
Sure, but so
those
is Lord of the
lands are
Rings.
insanely popular. I know they are, but
So
I feel
Lord
like
of the Rings would
I feel
be
like
a really
no,
cool.
But we already have a
world.
dragon-based land. We already have that. We already have wizards.
Worlds.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
sorry, world. We already have wizards with Harry Potter. So yes, I would like a Lord of the thing, but I don't think Lord of the Rings fits here.
Okay.
Not since it's already got magic and dragons in the same place.
Oh, okay.
Like we didn't like. There's got to be something new,
Okay.
different.
Okay. So then, what's new and different?
So I've already said my thing's nostalgic. What's new and different? I don't know. Something we haven't even thought of yet. How about like an action portal?
What else does Universal?
And then you
own?
could do more shit with Fast and the Furious. And
I
like
don't need anything Fast and the Furious. Here.
Born.
I mean, essentially, they're closing. Did they say they're closing Fast and the Furious here?
I don't know. They're building a roller coaster for it.
I know, in Hollywood.
In Hollywood, yeah.
Which looks like insane. It's off the side of the freaking hill. Like, having been an old Universal Hollywood pass holder, seeing the construction of that that Fast and the Furious coaster is just nuts.
Well, what makes me sad though is what they had to tear down to build it. Like they took down all the stuff that makes Universal Studios Hollywood Universal Studios. Like
They're not tearing down the tour,
the
are they?
FX. No, of course
Okay.
not. But the FX and makeup show had to go. The
Oh.
animal actors show
Oh.
had to go. Like you met the actual animals.
Yeah.
So like that
That's sad.
to me, the charm for Hollywood is the fact that that is still a place where they make TV shows and some movies, right?
Well, I mean, it's still a working studio, right?
It's totally a working lot. And that's what makes it so like you'll be on the back lot tour and be like, oh, we have to stop because they're filming a scene. Like that's I think half the thrill.
How many times did we I remember they did Mindy Project once when we were there. Who else? I mean, we always got stuff for things. Sometimes they wouldn't tell you what they were filming.
Yeah, they're pretty secretive.
Yeah, but sometimes they would, which was kind of cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so you think Fast and the Furious here, like action? I don't hate that idea. So would you bring anything Waterworld here? Because Hollywood had it, has it.
No. What about Transformers Land? And then you could tear down Transformers at Universal Studios.
I mean, I don't think Transformers is popular enough.
Every one of those movies made like $1 billion.
Okay, but is that more or less than Lord of the Rings?
Lord of the Rings wasn't sustaining it. When you get to the Hobbit movies, those weren't pulling in with the original.
Okay.
And then.
So did every Transformers?
Well, here's the
pull
other.
$1 billion?
Not all of them.
Okay,
The latter, they started to fall off, right? But
like all franchises do, right?
The Michael Bay ones.
The
The Michael Bay ones did pretty well.
Okay. Yeah.
I
mean, I love a Michael Bay movie.
I will defend his first Transformers movie to the grave. I still think the special effects in that are amazing.
Yeah.
And we're going on almost 20 years. It's what, 18 years ago that came out?
Wait, so was he? I forget. Was it Michael Bay or was it Nolan that used Paramount?
Michael Bay.
Yeah.
He's a Paramount guy.
Nolan
was with Warner Brothers for a lot of his stuff.
Okay. So it was Michael Bay that used to rent out the Paramount theater that we used to go see, like...
Well, the studio would put that on, yeah.
No, but didn't he... Remember, wasn't there a story about how he rented out that theater so he could watch things on it himself? He could... Yeah. Anyway. Wasn't there a story?
We got a thumbs up. The person left that, though.
That thumbs up's been there for a minute.
I'm just now commenting on it. Okay, so everybody get to it. We were talking about portals. What about Simpsons? They can't do because that's HBO Warner. Well, no, I mean no.
Now it's Disney.
Yeah.
Okay, so
which begs the question: what the hell is the long-term, plan for the Simpsons world here? Do they have that in perpetuity? Like they have.
I don't know because I'm also wondering what's going to happen with the Marvel stuff here, like the superhero stuff here.
It's getting ridiculous.
Yeah, because
Imagine what Disney could do if they had the rights to Marvel back. Like that's their.
So do you think there's this grand plan? One thing I thought Disney was gonna do, and not because again
they would build an Avengers campus here so freaking fast.
I would never. I don't want to pit. We've talked about this. I don't want to pit one against the other because again, competition makes each other better. But I did, and was kind of hoping that in the competitive vein, that we would get an announcement around the time that Epic opened from Disney about something they're working on. Because yes, we know that they're working on a bunch of things, but those bunch of things is whatever, anywhere between 2 and 5 years away, ish.
Yeah.
Right. But I'm I wish they would have been okay, this is also 5 or 7 years away. How long ago did they announce Epic?
At least 4 years ago.
Okay,
before we got here?
I can't remember. I think it was. So I can't imagine it taking between 2 and 5 years for them to do some of the things that they're doing here in the States, but it's going to. So if you announced it now, a new 5th gate, how long do you think it would take Disney? Do you think that could you even speculate how long you think it would take?
So Universal set up probably another park next to Epic Universe. And we're going to connect them with a City Walk or some shit in a new hotel. Disney would have to react.
Would they? Do you think? I mean, okay.
At that point, you're not going to be the market leader.
Well, I don't know if that's true because here's the other thing: is that the constant commentary between you and I is that there is a place for Disney and Universal to coexist because of age groups too, I think. Because Disney's very nostalgic and very, very small kid friendly, whereas Universal's really not.
Right.
And then Universal's really good at that, that middle school, high school, thrill ride,
right.
Whatever. It's a different thing, and you can be both. We are both. You know what I mean?
I agree.
I don't know.
But
But there is something about like the age groups.
They've got they bought 700 and say let's just round up 750 acres. I think it's 745 acres. 750. This park takes, and I think this includes the parking lot and the Helios Hotel. It takes up 110 acres. Let's just say they still have 500 acres to work with. Okay,
This park does.
Well, the land that it sits on.
Oh right, because everybody was arguing about how many acres.
This is not freaking 500 acres. It's ridiculous.
No.
But they do have that amount of land here that they can develop. So, what else would they? I think so. The long term, probably one more park, another hotel, and then a city walk over here.
You think they need a city walk?
Some version of it.
Okay, I don't hate that.
Rebrand it however you want. Build your own boardwalk. I don't care.
Yeah, I don't care.
Just that thematically connects this and walking distance to another park and another hotel.
Sure. I think.
Yeah, another one.
Yeah, let's start there. I'm making another drink while we sit here. I will say, when it comes to Helios, we do need a city walk kind of equivalent on this side.
Yes.
Because Helios has some limited options when it comes to food.
Yep.
And not only limited, but very expensive. Whereas, like, I understand that this is a premier hotel, but so is Portofino Bay. And Portofino Bay had several options.
Right. And they were within a simple boat ride of City Walk.
That too. And they had, not only did they have several options, they had several price points.
Yes.
Because, like, they have Beach, which is expensive, but then they also had Sal's.
Right.
And they also had, like, is it Mama Delarose? Mama
Delarose? Delarose.
I forget.
Mama, whatever, something
I thought
like
it was
that.
Mama. Or is
Mama
it only
something.
Mama Melrose? Okay, we're getting it a little confused, but regardless.
Something like that.
It's Della something, right? I think it's Mama Della's, maybe.
Oh, Mama Della's, yeah, that sounds right.
And that one's like kind of a mid. So it's not like super cheap, but it's mid, and Beach is like really upscale. I feel like all of Helios is like reaching for the stars, because literally, because their chicken wings are $24 no matter where you get them, or
ridiculous.
More, which is crazy. Am I getting 12 wings for that? Probably not.
I know, right?
Yeah. So
yes,
I'm with you that there needs to be a City Walk equivalent.
Hear, hear.
If we did a City Walk equivalent, what would you put in it?
A Cheesecake Factory.
No, you wouldn't. There's already a Cheesecake Factory.
I would. I'd want one.
Okay, well, I don't think we're doing a Cheesecake Factory, but what else? Sure.
Maybe like, I don't know. What about Dave Mustard's?
No. Okay. You're done playing. You're coming up with all the things that are already on iDrive.
A spaghetti warehouse.
Oh wow. Those have been long shuttered, haven't they? I don't even think one of those exists anymore. You want to bring it back from the dead?
The Friendlies?
We all know you love a diner. What else?
That'd be fun. Put in like a Corvette diner, like a really highly themed '60s kind of milkshake bar with people with the waitresses on like roller skates.
Oh, so you kind of want it like a Johnny Rockets,
but on steroids.
or like a Bev.
Multi-level, full-size Corvettes.
DeBevics? And
DeBevics, yeah, but like even more over the top of that, like cars in there, you know.
I remember going to DeBevics in LA when I was a kid with my uncle. My Uncle Mark took me to an Endebacks, and I loved it. It was so much fun.
I think they probably all closed because there used to be an Ed DeBevick's in Chicago.
Well, there for sure was one in LA or in the greater LA area. Because he took me to one.
Cheers.
Cheers.
If you're just joining us, this is a cocktail hour in the 5th floor of the Helios Hotel.
Oh, it all went down. What?
This is, oh my God, what's happening? This is
What
criminal.
is happening? No, it's fine. They did keep the lights on all night last night.
Yeah,
oh,
the lights
look
were
at
on
that.
last
It's
night.
changing. Look at the changeover.
Do they go to like a minimal light setup?
Do they? Oh no! Look, it's lighting back up. That was kind of fun to see.
What's going on here?
Did we have a short out? Like, do we have a mini blackout?
The backup generators, like because all of
Is it a brownout?
all of the Blue Dragon down here went dark.
Did it? Yeah. And all of everything that was all the walkways leading to the Helios went dark for a few seconds.
Yeah.
That's kind of fun.
Light it back up.
Was that like some kind of signal to anybody that was in the park still?
I think
Like
Gary,
when that happens.
I think Gary and maintenance tripped over the cord.
Hi Matt, thanks for watching. You said you love our videos.
Oh, right on.
Yay! Thank you.
Mm.
So what are we? Okay, what else? What other lands or worlds? Sorry. What'd you put in here?
So the ongoing theme of today is we keep mistaking these portals is going to lands when they're going to worlds. That's number one.
Yes.
And number two is we're having a hypothetical conversation about how they should expand this theme park. I mean, it just opened. The paint's not even dry, and we're already like, what else are you gonna do? You know, it's like we're already like, okay, we've gone on all your attractions and seen all your lands. What are you going to give us now?
We're very demanding.
Yeah, I think we're a long way away from that announcement.
No, and I think so too, and I don't think we need it. But I mean, this is so impressive. What I do, the few things that I want to see in the short term for Epic are this. I want extended hours. It needs to be later than 10.
Yes.
This is a nighttime
It should
park.
be open right now. People should be able to enjoy the park right now.
Yeah, I think it needs to be a nighttime park. It needs to be open until at least midnight.
Yep.
I mean, I'd be okay with it being later than that, but even Magic Kingdom doesn't stay open past midnight, does it ever? I mean, occasionally, with
it's like unless it's a corporate party.
Or
but they do like extended hours.
Yeah.
And they do like theme nights
until 1 o'clock or something.
Yeah.
So I feel like Epic really needs to do that. This is a night park. I have never been in any park that is this gorgeous at night. They know it. That's why they poured this kind of production into it.
I'm trying to think, like, I guess Epcot would be the closest.
How are you guys liking this hotel? Is it worth it? Can't wait to visit. Hi, Kayla.
If you're going to the park, 100%, yes.
If you're going to Epic, yes. I would also say if you're not going to Epic, it's a very awesome park, but it would be sad to see it and not be able to go into it.
That's not thinking me. It's just being able to walk down.
Yeah, I would say that. And when you ask about cost, like right now, I think it's roughly, including tax and everything for us, I think it's costing roughly $600-ish a night.
Are you kidding me?
No. It was like, I think it was $1,252 for the 2 nights.
But you have to compare that to like.
But we also did book it when it was supposed to have only been open for a week, to 8 days, 9 days.
Right.
And then they decided to open it early. So I don't know if we got priced accurately, considering they opened it earlier than they initially announced it would be.
Well, before it opened, I actually thought it was going to be more. Because I was like, look, it's the first theme park in Florida to have the hotel inside the park. Literally inside the park. It's going to be at their top level in terms of, deluxe, moderate, whatnot. And so if you compare that to, like, can you imagine if Disney built a hotel like this in the Magic Kingdom? It would be like $1,500 a night for like a parking lot.
Yeah, I agree.
So
okay,
I think 600 is a lot,
but
if you can, if you were going to Epic Universe, 100%.
Her question was that, yeah.
Yeah, I do
Is it worth it?
think it's worth the splurge. I do. Even if it's just for the night or two. it coincides when you're going to that, and then go to one of the other hotels. Go to Aventura and save the money.
I mean, truly, I kind of want to check out Terra Luna. I mean, we will Terra Luna and Stella Nova.
Yeah.
And they're not that far, and they are significantly cheaper. But
Yeah.
I was blown. This is what I'll say, as I was really looking forward to this stay, but I didn't think I was gonna be as wowed as I have been. Like it is wow factor.
Yeah, but I've been wowed by some things I didn't want to be wowed by too.
No, true. Like the cost of
the price at the pool bar.
Yeah.
The price to have lunch at the pool.
Yeah.
The fact that there's not an adult pool or even a quiet pool that the kids doesn't want to freak out.
This is very focused on pool related activities.
Well, but that's a big part of staying at a resort. You want to have
agree.
It's an important amenity.
I agree. So if you're gonna build in like a chill day into your park, like your vacation, which you should always do.
We think so, yeah.
Yeah. I wouldn't say that it's necessarily worth that here. This truly, the shining, like, crown jewel of it is literally being from your hotel room to the park in less than 2 minutes.
It's it's
like
quick.
it really was that.
We've stayed at the Grand Californian in a California Adventure, which is also like attached to the park, but it's certainly not attached in as a profound way as this one is. And depending on where your room is, like, you'd still have to get from. Maybe you could have walked like a mile from your room.
Yeah.
Depending on which wing you were in.
Yeah.
To get to the entrance that took you into the park. So
it is incredibly immersive.
Yeah.
I will say this experience.
It's a symbiotic relationship between the theme park and the hotel.
Yeah, I agree.
You feel like the hotel is just
Definitely
intrinsically
more so.
a part of the theme park.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, I mean, I think you'll have to like kind of weigh that for yourself. But if you come and visit this park and like if you're really attached to this IP, if you're really into, what it has to offer, and it's not just like, oh, I'm just really into one of the worlds or one of the portals or whatever, I think that it's definitely worth it. And if you're just a theme park enthusiast, then it's 100% worth it.
The other thing I'd say too is, like, if you're going to spring to stay here and it's extra money for the theme park view, if you're already springing just spend the extra money, get the theme park view. I mean, just do it. Even if you
What was your favorite drink? Hi, Matt. What was your favorite drink and what was your favorite food item at Epic?
Well, the problem with the drink was every time we got a new drink, it was like
it was your new favorite drink.
It was like when we went to Nashville, we would go into a new bar, and I'd be like, "Oh my god, this is now my favorite bar."
Mm-hmm.
I had that same thing. No, I really like the drink. I had the what was it called at the one in the Harry Potter.
You like the Lobe Blaster?
The Lobe Blaster with absinthe.
So it's at Bar Moonshine in the Wizarding World of Harry Potter. It has absinthe and some other stuff. I can find it for you, but for sure it's called the Lobe Blaster. I would say that my favorite was probably over at the Plastered Owl, which is inside the Oak and Star Tavern. I forget what it's called. I will find the name of it for you, but it has a cherry liqueur in it, and it's very good. If you are familiar with, if you were here, I don't know if you're local or if you're just a fan and come to Universal. If you've ever been to HHN, last year's HHN had a really similar drink it's bourbon based and it's got some kind of cherry liqueur in it, and it was delicious.
I know what you're talking. That was good.
And it was last year. It was in what's it called? What was that scary quiet movie? Quiet Place. So yes, sorry.
There you go.
So there was like this little offshoot Quiet Place area last year that had this very similar drink.
Yeah.
And it was served warm, like it didn't have ice or anything in it. Here it has ice, and that's what makes it,
Very
and
similar.
it's amazing.
The other I think honorable mention would be when we went to the bar at the Atlantic is great because
all of the drinks in the Atlantic are fantastic.
Yeah, and they're, I have to say, for the most part, at most of the bars, they seem to be pretty good mixologists. And he's just like, what do you like to drink? And do you like sweet? Do you like sour? What do you like? And then I told him, and he made me a rum-based drink that, oh man.
Which is so funny that
I'm amazed we didn't go there.
So what's really funny is Adrian picked dark rum, and you do like dark rum, But I think you were just feeling that day because that's not typically your
Well,
go-to.
I trust a bar. Like, if you give the bartender enough information, and then they want to prepare something for you, I find it's wise to just trust their
Yeah,
expertise because you might
I
get
agree.
exposed to something you never knew
I agree.
you
So
liked.
what he came up with was like a lemon, lime, orange, like smashed up.
Yeah,
And it was really good,
that
but
was
that's
delicious.
off menu, so this isn't helping. He also asked what our favorite food was. What
Ooh, favorite food. I mean,
I love Pizza Moon.
we love pizza. Man. I gotta say that
I loved Pizza Moon.
the whatchamacallit, the thing today, the butterbeer crepe was
Oh,
pretty darn tasty.
The crepe, yeah.
Yeah.
So that butterbeer crepe is like $20. It's a lot, but it is very good.
Yeah.
It's served cold, so keep that in mind because when I hear crepe, I think warm, and it was not warm, but it was still delicious.
Yeah.
I liked it. I think that's more of a snack. That's definitely not like a meal. We have already eaten at both table service, so we did Atlantic for lunch on the preview day. We did Blue Dragon for dinner on opening day. I would say we liked both, right?
I lean Blue Dragon. If I had to pick one, I lean Blue Dragon. I prefer the ambiance and the views of the Atlantic.
I think if you go to the Atlantic, if you like seafood, it was fantastic. It really, really was good. Don't go for lunch, go for dinner. Do it like around, sunset time or when the show's
Or
gonna
after,
happen.
yeah.
Yeah, because like the views on the water there are fantastic. Mwah.
You're on the water. You're basically in the water.
But yeah, but we're also so we're not really answering the food. Like we could talk about food all day, but I think Pizza Moon was my favorite because I hit it twice. I would have hit it today too. It's just good pizza. It's like the best theme park pizza I've ever had.
We like
It was
it.
really affordable.
You know the barbecue at the Oak Tavern.
Oak
what's it
and
called?
Star Tavern.
Oak and Star Tavern.
It was
Barbecue's
good.
but they kind of like shortchange you with the amount of meat you get. I will say this, the dishonorable mention for
Mhm.
food, and I was really looking forward to it, that like in the Isle of Burke, the macaroni and cheese that's like in that like bread
Oh,
cone.
the cone, yeah.
Yeah, that was ridiculously expensive.
So I thought it tasted really good, but yeah, it was expensive for what you got. I think we got the Nashville hot chicken one, and it did have macaroni and cheese in the bottom of it too. It's a lot of bread. It's a lot of carbs.
It was mostly just bread, and it was
It's like bread and macaroni and cheese.
it was
Yeah.
offensively overpriced. In my
Yeah,
opinion.
I think it was like $18-ish.
Yeah.
It was expensive. We also really liked Toadstools.
Toastles
We went
was
there tonight.
cute.
It was super cute.
I thought the food was
It was fine.
Like the
It was
burger was,
mid.
fine,
It was mid.
but you're going there for the atmosphere,
Yeah,
and the environment.
exactly.
Yeah.
So, like, if
I
you're-
would not wait for that though.
No. So, I mean, but like if you were saying something, was there anything quick service that you ate that you liked that was. Because table service, I'm with you on Blue Dragon, 100%.
No, we really haven't gotten like to go junk food, so I can't comment on any of the
We didn't do a ton of that.
like
Yeah.
roving. Yeah, we've had more sit down food.
We did. Oh, we had. Well, I was gonna say we went to Mead Hall, but that was only really drinks, right? You had like the malt, and I had the mead.
And I was not a fan of that chocolate drink. Yeah, I left half
Didn't
of that
like it at
on
all.
the table personally. But then again, Jimmy,
What was it called? The Yak Nog?
The yak nog, yeah.
Yeah. Mhm.
But Jimmy, who came with us, he had it later that day himself, and he loved it. So I mean, look, I think that's the other thing about these food questions. It's so subjective. Like, I may love one thing, and another person may hate it. Like,
Yeah.
the drink we
Like-
had tonight, your espresso merch. Like, I cannot stand the taste of coffee, but Amber's like, this is the best drink I've ever had. So,
Yeah, I had an espresso old fashioned. It was fantastic.
right.
Adrian hates coffee. If Matt, tell us if you like pizza, because if you do,
just keep hammering this pizza.
Pizza. Pizza Moon was so good. I love it. I'm gonna miss that. Because I don't know the next time we're gonna be in Epic again. We came 3 times in like 6 weeks. It was expensive. I think we're done until they add an annual pass to this.
Well, like the vlogger verse, like I've seen a lot of vloggers say like, oh, I think we're done with this for a while, because like everybody's sick of paying for it out of pocket.
Yo, I love pizza. That will be my first stop now. Yes, please. And then please tell me how much you loved it, because it was, I mean, like, so basic. It's pepperoni. We add sausage to it. It's good.
We like it.
I liked it a lot. I
Yeah.
want to try the pasta there too. So if you do go and you have pasta, let us know.
It's definitely getting in my way. I say this because we used to come to Universal. And it became somewhat of a ritual when we were driving home from a day at Universal. We would get we would go over to
Mellow Mushroom
Pizza at SeaWorld. It's like right across the street from SeaWorld. And now I think Pizza Moon, if this gets added to our annual pass, we're able to come here on the regular.
Yeah.
Pizza Moon will definitely put
throw
throw
Mellow Mushroom into question.
That'll be a monkey wrench on going back to them.
No, we love Mellow Mushroom, but like that's like a pick up and take it home kind of situation. But this is definitely awesome for the park and.
We debated getting it to go
Tonight.
bringing it back to their room. Like I don't know if they. I'm sure they would accommodate that.
I'm sure they would have.
I didn't see anybody walking out of there with a pizza box, but
I didn't either. But I
wouldn't hurt to ask.
Yeah, for sure.
The pizza in this hotel is pretty decent. We did have a pizza down here.
Oh, it was very. This is not on par. These are not comparable.
No, this is like a California pizza kitchen kind of pizza. You know what I'm saying? You
So
know,
what
like
we
this
had
is what people in
today-
Santa Monica make in like their pizza ovens on the ocean kind of thing. But it was tasty.
Well, I mean, he was asking about Epic, but this is about Helios. So
You
there,
can come in. So if you're at Epic Universe, you can come into Helios.
yeah, and you can try
Like
any of the
have
food
the
or
pizza,
go to Bar Helios, any of it. And I think we already mentioned it's expensive. I was pretty floored by the prices here, but we did have as Adrian said, we did have a pizza there today as well,
It's tasty.
and it was really good. But it was not like a typical pizza. It was like, it was a garlic pizza with shrimp and mozzarella and something else, some kind of spice. Zug, I think is what it was.
I had never heard of it.
Yeah. So it was really good, but it's very Mediterranean like, and our server at Flora Taverna, which is where we got this pizza at, it's in the lobby bar / restaurant. Our server Olivia, she had said that she felt like the food was very like it's good, but it's not so filling that you want to stop, which is a very interesting way to say, because
It's not going to weigh you down. You still want to go in the theme park.
right. And she was right. I felt like that pizza was good. It was just it was not like Pizza Moon. Pizza Moon's like a normal, like you're getting sausage pepperoni and it's delicious. This was like a fancy pizza. What do you think?
Yeah,
Fancy.
It was
Yeah. So, but it was still delicious. I can't think of anything else that we ate that I really loved. Nothing was bad except for the cone.
And it was
didn't love the
overpriced
cone.
and not. I mean, it was fine,
It was fine, but
not $19. Fine. Like, get the hell out of here! $19? Are you kidding me?
mhm. I think it's funny that we're talking about cost a lot because, like, we are no stranger to theme park pricing. It just feels like it's more here.
There are some things that are just out of whack with the norm.
It's just here.
Yeah,
It
because
feels
other things you're like, okay, that's fine. It's still a theme park price, but you're whatever.
Yeah,
And
and I don't
some
know if
things
they're
you're
just
like, wait, what?
yeah. So I don't know if they're just like slightly overdoing it because it's new, or if it truly is, like I don't know, that much better quality. I wouldn't even say that though. Like, do you feel like it?
I
like
think
the quality
I'll say
is
this overall. I was thinking about this today, as a matter of fact. If you compare this to the food, and granted, we don't eat that much. This is also full disclosure. We don't eat a ton inside Universal Studios proper or Islands of Adventure
ever.
Like,
yeah,
we'll do it occasionally. Like I actually like the burger and Moe's or whatever, but whatever.
I like the tacos.
I will.
in
It
Simpson.
seems to me that the food here, Isle of Burke, macaroni and cheese disaster aside, I think the food here overall is a huge step up from their other two parks.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, but I mean the fact that they have two premier restaurants here in the Blue Dragon and the Atlantic, I think they're aware of that and they're trying to up their game because I think they're looking at Disney and they're like, God, half of Disney's business online or like you believe influencers is it's all food related.
Oh yeah.
I think Disney.
Well, because Disney has a lot of quick serve, but they also have a lot of table service too.
Yeah, and
I mean,
there's a lot of money to be made
several
there, and I think
table service in every
it's a
single one of their
gaping
theme
hole
parks.
for Universal. That's why when you mentioned that Universal, there was a rumor out there that Universal was looking into starting a cruise line. It's like, yeah, if you look at Disney, they're quadrupling their fleet or whatever. They
Yeah.
have been quadrupling their fleet. Like, they're obviously making money hand over fist. Like, yeah, you guys would be foolish not to get in the game.
Yeah.
Build your own cruise ships. Why not take a stab at it?
Yeah.
What would that be like? Like, I don't
know.
Would one be like the Carnival Cruise Line and the other one be like the Royal Caribbean? Like, who would be which? You know?
Well, I mean, I think we already know because we have several people that are either somehow affiliated with Disney Cruise Line, so of course they're stans, or have been on several Disney cruise, like embarkations and love it, and they rave about it like it's better than anything that they've ever been on.
They're
and
sold.
I want to have somebody compare it to, like, have you ever been on like a celebrity cruise ship? Have you ever been on, because those are like higher tier, right? Like, or a Virgin cruise ship, like, or I feel like a Virgin cruise ship is a little more like woohoo than I am, but
it's like this weird niche. Party niche.
But I still want to. I've heard like the food's really good.
I feel like if you party but also listen to like Moby at the club, like the Virgin Cruise Line's for you.
Okay.
Where you're more like Leonard Skinner.
We don't know.
You're like,
we don't know. We're just guessing.
Yeah, like we're totally stereotyping the cruise lines at this point. But no, going back, like I think Universal, that might be a smart avenue for them.
No, it would be cool for them to do that too. But then I'm also like, Universal, do something that's not like. And I'm not even saying that's like piggybacking on it. I'm just saying, like, if they actually were thinking about doing that, it kind of just seems like, oh man, okay, you're just, again, competition's great, but like you're gonna just go into the same business lines of.
Well, it's kind of what they're doing
Disney.
With theme parks. I mean,
I don't.
They're both media companies. Like, are you gonna fault them? Like, oh, you're making movies like Disney makes.
No,
movies,
absolutely not. No,
like, this is what they do. They're in the same. They have overlap. And,
sure. But I think that's a weird overlap to have and be like, here, we're going to do a cruise line now. I don't know. Maybe it would be awesome. Maybe it would be like, I don't know. Would they have a Horror Nights cruise?
Why doesn't Disney Cruise Lines...
Hold on.
Why doesn't Disney Cruise Lines have... Like, forget this Perfect Day at Coco Cay crap. Why don't they have, like their own tour... Like, I want a Pirates of the Caribbean themed private island for Disney.
Oh, that'd be amazing.
Like, hello, your cruises are in the freaking Caribbean.
Okay, well, let's not like divert so much from Universal. Let's talk about it. If Universal had a cruise line, would they do an HHN cruise?
That would be amazing.
That would be amazing.
That's where the Creature in the Black Lagoon could come into play.
Oh my gosh.
Creature in the Black Lagoon
sign
Creature
me
Cruise.
Up. I would do an HHN cruise in a heartbeat.
They could do like a Universal
I mean,
cruise.
I might be too scared for it though,
or
too.
Like you could do like a mummy theme one where it sails to like...
Wouldn't you...
Giza.
Okay, so I'm kind of listening to what you're saying, but my brain immediately went to like, what happens if I open my door and I'm going into the like hallway and I was met with Megan in the hallway? That'd be amazing.
Give people a heart attack.
I would love it. I mean, it'd be terrifying.
Megan's the cruise director.
Whatever. It's like, we're just being silly, but I think that'd be kind of a cool thing.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But let's. I don't know if they. It's funny because I was thinking about with the Horror Nights angle, like they're really locked in if they expand Darkmoor into using the classic monsters. So like you could never do like a Megan expansion or like a Blumhouse expansion. It would feel out of place. So would they? Which begs the question: if they built another portal, would they dare do another, like, it's not Darkmoor, but it's other horror properties, like modern horror properties? Is that something they could do? I don't know. Would that be too repetitive?
I don't know. I mean, like, I do kind of want to see if they do anything special.
Maybe that kind of expansion belongs at their other parks.
Maybe. And I'm in on that. Like, I think there's enough of a want or not even a want, but like more of a demand for these things, because this town loves Horror Nights.
They really do. They're obsessed with it.
Which is awesome. I love that. If you're into it and you love it, and this is the place for you. I think that they have kind of tapped into that. There should be more of that along their theme parks. I want to see if they do anything special in Epic for Halloween. Clearly, they will not do HHN here.
No, nor could they.
Yeah, and I mean, so far removed and all those things. And I also read some. I never knew that they had HHN at Islands of Adventure at some point, but they did, and people really didn't like it. I don't know why. Because I mean, I can't imagine. So I'd like to talk to somebody that maybe had done it and like
I
tell
think
me,
at
talk
this
to me.
point, like it's such a well-oiled machine where it is.
Yeah. So like, why change it?
Yeah, if it,
Like,
if it ain't
why?
broke, don't fix it.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
But
So,
I look after today going into the gift shop here at Epic. There's a weird gift shop. That's not weird. It's one of the gift shops at the front of the park. You walk in and like half of it's all like Super Nintendo Land world kind of stuff, and then the other half is all like it just turns into Christmas. It's like Santa's workshop. It's
oh, so that
bizarre.
wasn't it. It was like there was. It was a mix of a lot of things. There was like Epic specific, like Epic merch, and then there was also like How to Train Your Dragon. There was some monsters.
Sure.
So it's everything that is here. But yes, half of it was Christmas, which is kind of funny to me.
So I mean, like that to me, that's indicative. Like, well, I guess there'll be a tree here. I bet you the tree's gonna right here between the carousel and the main fountain. What do you think? I bet you in that circle right there in the center of the screen. Beyond the fountain. That's the or they could put it at the very front of the park by the
Do you think we could point it out in this? So where you think it might be, here's my finger is coming right here. I think we think
right there.
There. That's where we think they might put a tree.
Or a tree.
Yeah, maybe.
Because you could put one at the front by the what is it? The Kronos.
Kronos, yeah. Just the entrance, yeah.
There's definitely room up there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that part, it's funny, like, the entrance is obviously, like, a hubbub activity early in the morning as everybody comes in. But, like, once the day gets settled in, it's a ghost town over there at the entrance.
Yeah. You know, what's funny, too? You know, again, I don't know if you're just Universal people or if you're Disney and Universal people.
We missed it.
Oh, no, wait, let me look at my phone. Somebody said something, and I
wish you should keep it up there longer. It should make me just miss it.
Like, it doesn't stay up, does it? Here, let's go back to it. Will it let me? Can I see it? Well,
I think so.
How do I see it?
Like, pull up the comment thread on your phone.
Sorry, guys. Bear with us, because I'd love to answer whatever question you might have. Or if you just want to ask it again. Either way, I'm trying to get to it, though.
We're technologically impaired. No, I think you can bring it up.
Can I?
Try it out. Figure it out.
Well, I'm on here. Can you figure it out?
My phone is...
This...
My phone's the one that's filming right now.
Live. It says I'm live. And it says we have no comments on any of this.
Oh.
So, I'm really sorry that we missed it. Can you maybe ask
If you're still here, type your comment again.
Yeah, if you're still here.
We'll pay attention this time.
We will pay attention. What was I saying? Let's just wait for a second and see. Please, friend.
It was somebody like, I'm out of here later.
Well, I hope they didn't say that, but if you had a question or if you wanted to say something about what we were talking about, please join in. I think we're bored.
Oh, Christmas in a while. We've been doing this a while.
We have.
What time is it?
It's almost midnight.
Yeah, we don't. Well, that's the problem is we don't want to go to bed. We don't want to say goodbye to this view. We're checking out. We got a late checkout for tomorrow at noon, which I thought was generous. They didn't have to extend that.
Yeah, I was happy they allowed a later checkout as well. I didn't. Is there any way to see it?
I don't know. We're such rookies at this.
I'm sorry, guys.
What's that button? I don't want to press it. Oh, there we go.
What are the colorful lights in the far back right corner? Also, I'm a big Disney fan. Hi, Kayla.
Oh,
Hi, Kayla, again.
She's talking about Nintendo.
Oh, so this one. So, here's my finger again. Are you talking about this? If you're talking about right here.
Probably. We can, like, move it, too.
Yeah, we can.
More you can see.
If you're talking about this area, this is Super Nintendo World.
Yeah. And then, like, can you see King Kong out there?
It's not King Kong.
Not King Kong. Sorry, Donkey Kong. Yeah, he's out on there, like, the furthest right. It looks like a pyramid.
Here's my finger. It's right here.
Yeah, her finger's covering it up.
This is Donkey Kong. But all that, like the rainbow of colors if that's what you were referring to. That is
Nintendo.
Super Nintendo
That's the
World.
best time to go in that part. You know what? Because we found out during today, and today wasn't even a hot Orlando day. It was a warm Orlando day.
Oh yeah, let's talk about that.
And it is just a cement jungle in there. There's literally no trees, so there's never going to be shade. It's not anything's going to grow. The employees themselves all had umbrellas, which I think was very
Indicative of, yeah.
And it is so freaking hot.
Y'all, it's steamy in there, and it was like, I think the high today was 88.
Can you imagine when it's 100 degrees?
Yeah, no, I basically feel like I got semi heat stroke. We've lived here for almost 4 years, and I am also from Texas, and Texas gets hot as hell too. So
that land is rough.
It was rough,
and then so you're seeing,
and I think it's because it's a bowl too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
like you go up.
It's a heat bowl, yeah.
Like it's a heat bowl.
But it's like, so you can obviously, it pops at night, and so I just would go there at night.
Yeah.
And if you want to eat, especially go, because we ate at Toadstools this evening. And
but we did it at like 9 o'clock,
Yeah.
and it was good.
But at noon, it was 45-minute wait just to get a table.
Yeah. I think it was right at like 1:10 because we met Mario and Luigi
That's
at
right.
1.
That's right.
So that's the other interesting thing. Mario and Luigi, we noticed at 12:50 that they were coming out at 1, so we were only out there for like 15-20 minutes, and truly, when I say, oh, it is a nice view, right? Games plus games. It's so pretty. So in that in that like 15-20 minutes that we were out there, we got so zapped. We went and ate a quick lunch at Star and Tavern, or Oak and Star Tavern, and then we came back to the room and took like an hour-long nap.
And then went in the pool.
Yeah, because it was so hot. Nintendo really did zap us today.
And it took all that to rejuvenate.
It did.
Yeah.
I needed a second.
And then we
so
were
I
ready to
am
go,
worried. I think we're really worried about August for everybody here. Because, okay, let's talk about one of the really other interesting things that people are talking about is how there's no shade. There's not a lot of shade in any Universal park.
No.
There's not a ton of shade in any Disney park either, but if there is, that it has time to grow, guys. Like there's a lot of plants around, but this is a brand new.
If they let the trees get big, this will have shade and
it will.
save 10
it will,
years, maybe.
But it takes time.
But no, like I think Islands of Adventure is fine, actually. But if you compare it to Universal Studios proper,
you think it's about the same or worse?
I was paying attention to it. I'm like, well, no, why is this park get a pass on the shade issue? Because that is not a lot of shade either. I think Disney does do a good job with shade. Maybe not Epcot in certain places, but
yeah.
I mean, Animal Kingdom's one.
Well, yeah, but it's also one of the hottest parks too.
It's warm, but there's shade at least.
Yeah, there is shade. So what I think they should have done is we should have gotten more shade. I mean, at this point, really all you can do with a built-out park is going to be shade structures and cooling fans. That's essentially all you can do.
And we've said we said this multiple times today. To Universal's credit, a lot of the rides, a lot
of the queues,
Harry Potter, the Mario Kart, every attraction for that matter in Nintendo World, thank God, they're indoor lines. So not all of them.
Unchained,
Monsters Unchained.
Yeah. It's got one of the coolest queues, and it's all indoors. So I'm trying to think of the ones that are like offensively outdoors. The carousel's outside completely. I mean, it's undercover, but it's outside completely. There's no AC in that.
But that doesn't get like a 300-minute wait.
No, I don't think we ever saw the carousel more than like 20-ish minutes in the 3 times we've been here.
Yeah.
But I would say that okay, so Isle of Burke, all of that is outdoors.
Yes.
All of those.
But the show is inside, obviously.
The queue for the Toothless Meet and Greet did have a lot of fans, but they needed to intersperse them differently.
Yeah, and there was a lot of shade in there too. They had umbrellas.
They had a ton of umbrellas out, but they had to. Monsters Unchained looks crazy. It is, and it's awesome. It's a great ride. The bummer about Monsters Unchained to me, the only complaint I have is that it's Unforbidden Journey. So like the ride system is the same. I wish, because it's such a unique and different ride, that they would have done a different like system. Like that would have been a whole new and unique ride.
Yeah.
But it does look crazy. It is crazy. Those animatronics are chef's kiss.
They're huge, too.
They're huge. They're awesome. They're so impressive. Like, hats off to Universal for their animatronics in this park.
That's what blew me away was the animatronics that are on the Harry Potter ride, the Battle for the Ministry. Like,
Yeah.
there's parts in that ride where I can't tell what I'm looking at.
Yeah.
And I mean,
Like,
some
if
parts
it-
is really, oh no,
like if
Nintendo
it's
just went
green.
dark. Did Nintendo just
Oh,
go
did
dark?
it?
They shouldn't have.
Did it?
We were up at 5 o'clock in the morning yesterday.
No, it was 3. I got up at 3.
And the lights were on for the most part, but maybe they shut down certain.
Yeah, they might shut down parts of it as the night goes on. But I mean, at this
I want a
point,
refund.
No, you don't. No, truly, guys, this is what I'll say. I will say, I think it was Kayla that asked if it was worth the price. For this view, yes.
Yeah.
I would not stay in this hotel and get like a parking lot view.
No,
like what you want is what we're looking at, and
hands down.
And I don't say that lightly. Like, it's expensive. I was shocked, but it was like two nights and that's it. And it might get better, it might not. And
What
if
kills
it
me
doesn't,
though is like it's an expensive hotel, but then we were down at the pool and we were like, the pool is so heavy on cabanas. Those cabanas cost as much as a night at this hotel. That's what blows me out of the water.
Yeah.
Like, you're gonna spend more than a night at the very hotel you're staying in to have a tarp and a TV that you probably won't watch most of the day.
Because you want to be in the water. Yeah, I mean, because it's hot. Yeah.
Just don't get it.
It's just silly. It's silly, but to each their own. Like, if that's your thing.
They were doing it. There were several cabanas rented.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, we did a cabana in Hawaii when we went on our honeymoon.
But like, that was gifted to us.
It was.
We didn't pay. I wouldn't pay for that. Again.
You wouldn't have?
I'm glad we did it because we didn't have to do it.
No, we were so fortunate that somebody gifted it to us.
I think cabanas are worth it if you're with a bunch of people and everybody splits it.
Oh yeah, and then it becomes like home base.
Yeah, because then it's like you want me to chip in $20 and I have
it will never be 20 but maybe even 100.
I have guaranteed shade and a place to sit. Probably,
Yeah, even $100 a person for like an entire day. That's not bad.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like cabanas have like made a comeback. When I was growing up, like. Pools did not have cabanas. You had to go to like super swanky hotels for that. But like cabanas are popping up.
This is a swanky hotel.
Every no, I know, but like I'm talking like lifestyles of the rich and famous kind of like. You know, Robin Leach had to introduce your hotel on his show. This is back when they were like.
You're dating yourself.
I'm totally dating myself.
And we're losing people, so. If you have questions.
If he starts talking about Golden Girls, I'm out.
Oh, look, did you just see those lights? Those lights came up. We got some purple lights over like there.
They're messing with
those film. I love what that. I mean, maybe they're just still tweaking stuff because of course
the portal's still on.
Yeah. No, the Kronos.
Maybe somebody's over there like spraying down like the patio, and he's like, "For the love of God, turn off the lights for a minute. It's so bright."
Maybe.
So like, a worker's complaining about
I just saw somebody like walk right here, right in front of there. I don't know. It was some kind of
These are definitely
workers.
Park employees.
Yeah, employees.
Here, the other.
Oh, look, a bunch of them are walking in on the. Thing down here.
That was a park faux pas I noticed today. We went to the concierge booth. There, what I like, Universal did really well. There's a concierge booth at the entrance to every single world. So every portal within however many yards, there's a concierge so you can talk to guest services.
Oh yeah, they did do a really good job at that.
So that was great. But we went to the one by
right
Harry Potter, and like they're playing, like, as you do, you pump in the music for Celestial Park, the music that's playing throughout the theme park. But, like, there's a particularly loud speaker, like, right in front of the concierge. And I'm like, why? These people are trying to listen to the guests, probably guests that for, at least in half the cases, are probably there to complain about something. Yeah. And now, like, you've got to, like, shout over this ridiculous, like...
I mean, luckily we weren't there to complain about anything. We were just...
No, we were there.
We were actually cashing in on a complaint from come another time.
Yeah. But, like, turn down the music.
And I
so they
forget
can hear
who our
you.
guy was. He was awesome.
Brad.
Well, his name was Brad. I knew he was from Vegas.
Brad from Vegas.
I knew he was from Las Vegas. I saw that. And he was fantastic. Very soft spoken, so it would have been hard to hear him.
He's like, it's a dry heat in Vegas. I don't like this humidity.
Yeah.
But I've been here 22 years.
25, yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
Of course.
Of course.
I knew his name. You over 25 years. I'm calling.
I've done pretty good at everybody's name. I just didn't get Brad. Are you sure his name is Brad?
I'm 100% sure.
Oh, you know what? I actually texted you that the person's name, and let's see if it was Brad, because I said he redeemed our thing at this time. Do you remember seeing that? No, you don't.
No,
okay.
I do remember his name is Brad.
It was Brad. I said Brad on 6/1 redeemed our Ministry of.
Do you remember the name
Express.
of the guy who took our phone at the meet and greet with Toothless this morning?
I didn't. I do not. Do you?
Oh, yes, I do.
Well, was it?
Michael?
Are you sure it was Michael?
I'm positive because I think
because I saw Allie. And
yeah, that was impressive.
Yeah, so this morning you'll see it if you ever watch any of our videos later that we will post from this day.
If I get it edited in the next 3 years.
They will. It's so fun. We went to Toothless. That was the first thing we did this morning. Oh yeah, so full disclosure, like Helios, you get early access. You get an hour early, and we were so exhausted from we went to Bar Helios last night.
We were up past bedtime.
Yeah, we were we were past our bedtime last night. So we didn't go to bed until almost 1. We're old. And when we went to bed, we were like, oh my God, let's not set an alarm. And of course I was going to wake up early, but when I woke up, I was like 8-ish. I was like, I could be ready in 30 minutes. Let's still get in. So it's technically still early park hours, but it wasn't like we weren't there rope dropping at 8 a.m. We didn't walk in until 5 minutes before they let everybody else in. And we got in the Toothless line, and it said it was 45 minutes, which isn't that bad. So we did end up waiting it was roughly an hour and 10. So it was a little off. I think they underestimated. Everybody was waking up.
Well, to their credit, you wait in that line. They don't rush you through that.
No, they don't.
They let you enjoy that experience.
Yeah, they do, which is so cool because, I mean, that also full disclosure. If you haven't read this and you don't know this now. If you are a really big, Hiccup and or Astrid fan, they are not always with Toothless. So, the meet and greet is with Toothless specifically. You may or may not get Hiccup and or Astrid. And if it's not one of them, it's another Viking. Oh, yeah. Are the security guards down there looking for some people who hid after closing?
So it's funny, I was telling, I don't know if you're here. I watched a video on YouTube recently with these guys, and they were at Universal Studios, and they were trying to spend the night here. And not here, but at Universal Studios. And they did
what's this guy doing?
A poor job of it.
It's so funny that you asked that. I don't know if you can actually see this. I'm going to pick this up really quick.
Yeah, he's down there.
Do you see this guy? He's down here with a flashlight. And we were watching him earlier today. Do you see the flashlight? I think you do. We were watching them earlier today in that same spot. And we're like, what are you looking for? They were back and forth in this, garden-ish area, right?
I really didn't think it was suspect. I think they were just doing their job.
Yeah. No, I didn't either, but it's funny that he just asked that. I'm sure he was joking, but sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. You were telling me.
I know they do look. I know that's a thing.
People shouldn't try to hide in a theme. I mean, how cool would it be? But, no, don't hide in the theme park. You can get trespassed.
You run that risk, yeah.
Yeah.
At Disney, I always thought Disney would be the place to do it because you have the Tom Sawyer caves, but I guess they also
if you're gonna do it anywhere,
that's a go-to spot to hide out, and I think they
that would scare me.
Those caves are they're not
no,
gonna be there
so those caves I'm claustrophobic.
So. But could you hide in this park? Probably.
Where would you hide? It's so funny because
it would have to be. I would probably do it in Burke, or I would do it in.
I'd do it in Dartmoor because it's so dark. But
I would try and slip into the water. In Burke.
Yeah.
Because there's like those boats floating in the dock area.
Okay. Yeah.
You know, so if you could get down there and like get it, because
I can't believe that you're even hypothetically talking about
Matt
this.
asked the question. I'm just answering the question.
No, his question was, are the security guards looking for somebody?
Well, he raised the topic.
He didn't ask you, where would you hide?
I don't think it's a leap.
It's fine.
Yeah, no, I slip into the water.
Yeah.
Burke, no doubt about it.
Okay. They might be looking for somebody.
Or like I try and shimmy my way into one of those like fake storefronts in Paris. Or in the Harry Potter world.
Well, like a lot of those storefronts are like fake doors. They're like they
you
don't.
don't think there's anything behind there?
Yeah, no, there's no. They're false fronts. They're just like whatever sets, right? They're like movie
There's got to be a way
sets.
to get in so they can change out if they
Maybe.
want to change the displays, right?
Maybe. I don't know if the security guards were looking for a person, but what I will say is when I just showed you those people, it's so funny because the first thought I had, we're in Florida. I'm like, are you looking for gators? Because where there's water, there's gators. But I'm like, I don't think there can be.
No,
they wouldn't be able to get in here, right?
Why would you could also get in the water right down here and then hide underneath the bridge.
Dude, the water that's in front, like between us and, like between the hotel, Helios, and Epic, which truly is not a ton, but all of that water would be perfect for, adult areas. We were talking about that earlier.
Yeah.
Because the pool here at Helios is actually at the front of the
lobby
hotel.
side. It's on the lobby
So
side.
like if you're looking at where you pull up to, because I didn't watch anything about this hotel before we stayed. If you are looking at the entrance to the hotel where you pull up to check in, the pool is off to the right. Which, I mean, where else were you gonna put it? Adrian said that, and I'm like, I didn't even think about it. Like, I don't know where
They
you
put it
would
over here. It would take up some theme park space.
Right. So, maybe that was just a duh factor, but I didn't realize that it was going to be where it was.
It's not like you can just see it from the parking lot. Like there's a wall.
Oh no, they have it well landscaped.
Yeah, it's protected.
Yeah, it's well landscaped. It's not intrusive or anything like that. Which is what's so impressive is that I was looking at that landscaping when we walked in, and I was like, "Oh, so pretty." Little did I know the pool was over that hedge. Yeah, but guys, if you stay at Helios, a park view room is the way to go.
You love it.
Love it. I would do this again in a heartbeat. I do hope it gets cheaper. I know they won't add express.
It's gonna go up.
You think it's gonna go up?
Everything goes up.
Well, no. So what's what?
When was the last time you were like, used to be $1,000, now it's $250? I mean, like, when did that ever happen? Like, you know what I mean?
I mean, fair. That is a fair assessment. What I will say is, I've read other people's stuff, or not. So I don't know if this is anything I say. Take it with a grain of salt because I'm just reading comments. I rarely interact. I don't ask more questions. I'm just reading it.
Hard hitting, well sourced news that you come to look for.
Yeah, no. So I do want to make it clear. But what I thought was interesting, because a lot of people have been shocked that this doesn't, like, Helios doesn't include Express, which I did know from the get-go. They've been they have pretty much plastered that everywhere, that if you were staying at this hotel, you were never getting Express for any of the parks.
But they've already got so many materials out there also saying that if you stay at one of our deluxe hotels,
right,
you do get Express.
Right, but they recategorized all the hotels, which became a little confusing, I'm sure. So
yeah, your casual, I check in with Universal Parks once a year, maybe.
Right.
They're not going to be like, wait,
it's
what?
not your thing, yeah.
I shouldn't have to take a course on your park economics to know what the hell is going on,
Yeah, I agree, but I will say this, is that I think Universal changes their policies far less than Disney. Disney changes their policies, like, at the drop of a hat, and it's very difficult to keep up with. So, in terms of the Express, what I read was that they've been... they will eventually try to phase out Express everywhere. I don't know if there's any truth to that, but it made sense to me because they said they were in contract. Yeah.
They're
they're under
still
contract.
buy Express in the park.
We're right, but given given
But
with
don't
your
give it to the deluxe guests.
right.
That would suck.
That would suck. It's a huge benefit. And again, like I said, I don't even know if this is a rumor. I don't even know if it's been debunked or whatever. So if you know something that we don't know, but I did read it and I was like, oh, that kind of does make sense. This is a brand new hotel and they don't have it. I'm not saying it's right. I want it to. It's more expensive than most. It's on par with like Hard Rock for right now, which is surprising to me because this one's actually in the freaking theme park.
That's what I'm saying.
If it did make sense in that they said that they're under contract for so long. Nobody said how long that was. Like, is it 10 years, 20 years, 30 years? I don't know. But they had mentioned for any new hotels that would be built for Universal, they probably would not include Express again.
That's a shame.
Which is a shame because I really think that that's a huge benefit of some of those hotels. And I mean, we are annual pass holders, but ours is we get Express at 4 p.m. And if you're an AP or you live locally or both, you know that Universal as like a theme park doesn't stay open late. Typically, they're closing at 7 most nights, even on the weekend or not weekends, but even on even during summer. So like the way that Disney's kind of a pop-in park for us because we do live so close to it. We're able to pop in there for, dinner one night because the only park that typically closes early there is Animal Kingdom. Everywhere else stays open until at least 9.
For the waterside parks.
Yeah. Well, the waterside parks are kind of touch and go with how late they're open. But I'm surprised by how short Universal how short the hours are at Universal.
I do think it because here's the problem Universal has. They're surrounded by the city of Orlando. Like they don't have acres and acres and acres of wetlands and forests buffering their property like Disney does. They're more of an urban, and that it has a lot of advantages too, but I don't know. I think that might be like they might be running up against neighborhood groups and.
Oh yeah, no, I think that they said at one point that that's why they were doing fireworks shows like in the middle of this.
Tell you what, though, I would rather have the light and fountain show than some fireworks shows.
Oh, so keep in mind if you will see, you guys can see the fountains right now, but you'll see if you want to, we will post the fountain show from a bunch of angles, like being in the theme park, from the room, a bunch of different places. But
from the Helios,
that's
Bar Helios.
Oh, Bar Helios, yeah. So keep in mind if you do come and do that, there's a couple of things that you may or may not know. You will get wet. It's not terrible, but like the closer you sit to those fountains, you'll get wetter. But we were at the very back of them, so like it's kind of, I don't even know what you call this. This is like a sunken in kind of stadium.
Yeah,
we were in the
theater in the round.
Yeah, yeah. So we were on the very back row, and we still got wet. And I wouldn't say like drenched, but enough.
Yeah.
So keep that in mind. If you do come, you will get wet, which you will probably also welcome because it's hot for 9 months out of the year here.
Yeah, I felt pretty good to me.
Yeah, it was nice. But if you weren't prepared for it, you know, whatever. That's just an FYI. What was the other thing I was going to say?
I don't know.
We were talking about something else.
I'm getting kind of spent. We've been doing this for a while.
We have.
I know. What time is it now?
It's like 12:15.
Oh, that's not bad. All right, we made it to 1 o'clock again.
Yeah, no, it's not 1 o'clock, but
almost.
Well,
I'm ready to go to sleep. Are you ready to go to sleep? You want to get gussied up and go to the club?
There's no club to be had
We'll go to
here.
downtown Orlando. We'll figure something out.
It's a Sunday, and
We can ever do a city walk and go to like Bob Marley's or what's the other? What's the dueling piano bar?
Oh, Pat O'Brien's.
Pat O'Brien's. Go do karaoke.
I do. Are they open this late?
I
It's
think
a Sunday.
Oh,
but
that's a good point. It is a Sunday night.
yeah. So.
Yeah, sure.
No,
open.
I don't want to go out.
Okay. Well, that sounds good to me. Let's just go to bed.
I'm happy to take a sleepy now. If you hung out with us tonight, yay! Thank you. It was fun.
Yeah, I enjoyed that. I
If
like
you
the
had-
interaction. We should do this more often.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
We're not gonna be able to like beam out to this view from the Helios Hotel for a while. And again, I think that definitely helped.
yeah. I mean, it's gonna be weird because I think once we post some of these things, it'll be like, oh, was that alive or was this just, footage of the park for 4 hours with no commentary? Yeah. So
My
there will
answer
be
to
some
that
of
would
that.
be, yep, one of those.
Yep. Yeah, there will be some of that. But truly the reason we did this was because this is such a cool view, and again, we didn't watch anybody else's stuff, so I don't know if anybody else did this. Do you know if anybody else did
I
this?
really don't care if they did. That's
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying I hope that they didn't, so that maybe you're finding it here.
It's a unique service.
Yeah, I'm hoping that maybe it was, but maybe it wasn't.
We figured, look, we're sitting here enjoying this view, may as well open it up to the world. And
Yeah.
that's exactly what we did. Why
Yeah,
not?
we'd love to share this with anybody who would like to see it. It's really cool. I guess we're gonna go to bed.
I'm signing off. Do you know how to turn this thing off?
Do
How do we did it?
Yeah.
Well, bye, everybody. Thank you so much for watching. I think we just pressed the sex. Good night.
Good
Sweet
night.
dreams, everybody.
We'll see you. Talk to you later.
In the next video.
Goodbye.